Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Nat.
And I'm Ange, and today we have a little bit of a different video. But real quick, for everyone that has been asking me for updates regarding this pandemic, our unit is actually all positive patients. This week we recently just transitioned, and it's pretty hard for us as nurses, and I'm sure all healthcare workers. It's a lot that we're seeing and experiencing. We will be providing updates in our next video. We do want comments from you guys, specific questions that you guys want to know about how we're dealing with it and what's happening within the hospital, because I know a lot of things are being told in the news.
Yeah.
So, just shoot us some questions here in the comments below, and we'll make sure to answer them in our next videos.
Yeah, absolutely. But today, guys, like Angelica mentioned, we're going to move on to a different video, and this video is in regards to pros and cons about days and nights.
Days
nights.
and nights.
Yeah, right.
And nights.
Okay, so I was on nights for about a year and a half, and I really liked it, and I will tell you why. Why are you saying no? You just were out there for like 2 weeks. She playing games.
So what's the pros?
Listen, there's so many pros, there's so many cons, but I'm going to tell you a couple of them. Pro number 1 would be less orders placed by doctors. For me, I feel like that's a big one because you already have your daily routine going in the patient's rooms, and then like once you're done with everything, then you have a new order and you're like, damn, I just finished.
Yeah, no, I hate that.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling. Like you're like, yes, check off, I did this, I did that, and then all right, cool, let me sit down to chart. And then I see like 3 new orders.
You just see that little book and you're like, what
the hell did the doctors put in now, bro? Pro number 2 for me would be more for like my new nurses. You have more time to learn on night shift. I feel like as a new nurse coming out of nursing school, I was very nervous, not being able to do my tasks. And all I did was books. I read. I want to be able to sit down and do what I have to do at work, and then be able to reflect on exactly what I did.
Right, and think. That's definitely a big pro, because I think for new grads, it's actually better for you to start on night shift because of this extra time that you have.
Yeah.
For me, I definitely found myself seeing some orders being put in. I had no idea why they were being put in, and I had no chance to really sit down and think like, wait, why is this patient even getting a CT scan now? Like, what's happening? So definitely for night shift, you're able to read the notes more and figure out exactly what's happening and why this is taking place.
Absolutely. Another pro I feel like for night shift is that patients are sleeping. For me, the reason why it's a pro is that it's like your patients are not calling you as often.
Well,
and
some.
asking for some. Well, yeah, some. Because some don't sleep.
I know, right? You would think everyone's sleeping.
I know. Like, sometimes I get a report from the day nurse, like, girl, like, this patient is going to call, like, every 10 minutes. And I'm like, great. I already see my night going, like, not good. And then I get the patient. The patient is knocked out after 10
and
o'clock.
I'm like, wow, only my shift.
So, these last 2 pros for me are the biggest pros on night shift. So less medications on night shift. That is a major pro for me. And I'm sure for everybody else. You only going in these patients' rooms, of course, if they're not as sick. You know, if they're sick, you're going to go in there more often.
Yeah.
But for medication-wise, you're going in like 3 times. That is the best thing. Alrighty, guys. So this is definitely the biggest pro on night shift. Why most nurses probably stay on night shift. Why I should have stayed on night shift. Is we get more money. Hey. Guys, we get more money, which is actually really I get super excited about money. I'm sure everybody else does.
Don't you see that's why she has no, bro? Like, my bracelet.
Actually, these were gifts by you, bro.
They kind of, cheap, but
I don't know.
That's that night differential.
Guys, so definitely big pro. The biggest pro that most nurses want to go to night shift, most nurses stay at night shift, is more money.
And if you want to know how much, just keep watching and stay tuned for our next video.
You already know. Of course, guys, there are pros to day shift, but there are definitely some cons. Less management and less staff. Sometimes we can be really short on nights, and also being short, not having management, it's hard to like be able to like escalate care.
Managers do try to find coverage, but they don't try to find coverage as much as they would for day shift. And I guess it is because like there is a little bit less thing to do, but then what if you do have a really busy night?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
it has
sucks.
happened.
Yeah.
It has happened. A major con, guys, for night shift is the sleep schedule.
Yeah, I think that's the number one.
Number one con is sleep schedule. I moved to day shift because of sleep schedule. Sometimes like I would try to stay awake 24 hours just so I can fix my sleep schedule, and that's not good for your body.
No, and it would stress me out because she'll be like, let me hang out with you so that I'll stay up, and then I'll just find her like,
yeah, dozing off.
I'm like, Natalie, just go to sleep, just take a nap. I was like, no, I'm gonna stay up, I gotta stay up.
Nah, I'm trying to stay up.
She'll be on like her fourth coffee, and I'm like, all right, you don't give yourself, I don't know. I'm not trying to work today and be a nurse.
Yo.
For me, I only did night shift for about 2 weeks, and then I went straight to day shift, so I didn't really get the full experience of night shift. But for day shift, there are a few pros. You do get more exposed to different things. You learn about bedside procedures. There's just a lot more going on, so you obviously get more exposed. You're giving the more bulk of the medication, which is actually a con too. There's rarely ever a medication that I don't know what it is that I'm giving, because I pretty much have come across a lot of them. There's also more staffing, more doctors are there, more management is there. Nurses are usually staffed. PCAs, you know, the people that help us are usually staffed. There's volunteers that come around to help. Yeah. There's physical therapy that help your patients get out of bed. There's pharmacy on the unit that helps explain patients' medications to them. Infection prevention on the unit. It's just everyone's there. But it's obviously that there's a lot more things going on. So that is a pro, but it's also a con. So it just depends on what you prefer. Also, sometimes I feel so bad for night shift because they be giving us free pizza, and then like,
bro, that damn free pizza, free food.
They be coming in at 7 p.m. and they just see the boxes of empty pizza, and I'm like, yeah, we got free pizza today.
And I'm like, ¿y de nosotros?
How about us? And I'm like, you weren't here, so we ate it.
Yo, I already know. Yeah, day shifters are trash.
But you know, people just be sending free pizza.
I know. But also, you know, if anybody trying to send free food and free pizza, also think about night shift.
But the pizzas are probably closed.
No, they're not. I've ordered pizza night shift.
Oh, okay,
before.
right. So send some pizza for night shift.
Yeah.
And then obviously, number one is the sleep schedule. I, for one, have always stayed on day shift because I feel like I am at home more than I'm working. I'd rather work those 3 days and have like a good life outside of work. I can wake up early, enjoy my full day. For Natalie, she'll have a day off, but she would have worked that morning.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
then you just sleep. And
I'm sleeping the whole day.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much I wasted that whole day of just basically sleeping.
Sometimes, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I waste my whole day sleeping too, but that's a different story. So that's definitely the biggest pro.
I think the biggest pro. And maybe the only pro.
For day shift, the cons is that it is a lot more hectic. There's a lot more orders coming in, a lot more medication. Like sometimes when she would come in, her work list would be like 2 medication compared to me having like 50.
Facts.
And I'm like, oh no. That is not fair. I will say when I first started, it was actually even hard for me to take my breaks. You know, we get like an hour, 15-minute break, and sometimes on day shift, you literally do not have a chance to take a break. My bladder's full, my stomach is growling, and you have 20 orders to complete. And you're like, I need to get this done because I don't want to go home late, but also...
What? You don't mess up your bladder? You're not going to eat?
That's the nurse's way, I guess.
I'm talking because I'm just talking a lot of because that's me. Sometimes I don't eat. I'll just use the bathroom, but there's times that I don't eat because my patients are so sick. I have so much to do.
Yeah.
And it just sucks. So what do you prefer, days or nights?
I would still want to stay on day shift. Because of my personal life. Like I said, I already sleep a lot. Okay? I'm going to just put that out there. But the thing is, I would sleep even more on night shift. And it's like, that's it. I need to enjoy my life.
No, you're right. I agree.
How about you then?
I feel like now I'm going to choose days. I'm going to choose that I prefer days because that work is going to get done no matter what.
That's true.
It's going to get done no matter what. So, alright, I'll choose my day shift.
Lit. So she going to stay on day shift with me. So anyway, thank you guys for watching our video.
Absolutely. You
Of
already
course.
know. You hit that subscribe button, that like button,
That comment button, and type a little bit right there. And yeah, let us know what you think. For the nurses that are watching us, do you like day shift or do you like night shift?
Just
let us know.
All right.
So thanks for guys for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye guys.